blow it. So here's my question. Do you think you could eat 70 hot dogs in 24 hours? Aside from
70?
Well, that's what Joey Chestnut did, 70.5.
Ooh, that's a lot.
70 and a half, yeah.
I don't think I can
in
do
24
that.
hours.
No, I don't think I can do that. I love hot dogs, and I can eat the crap out of some hot dogs, but that's too much.
Yeah, 4.
No, in 24 hours?
No, I'm just saying I eat the crap out of hot dogs. That's
4 max.
That's
in a
me eating
serving.
4 going, I
Yeah.
went hard. But I just wondered if you could do it in 24 hours. Because I don't think I could.
I don't think so.
Because you're talking about 35 and 12. So let's just say 36.
Oh, hold on.
18 and 6. Okay.
Gosh.
So then you're talking about 3 an hour, but you have to have 3 an hour for 24 hours.
Man, I might be able to do that. Now, the way you broke it down helps a lot. Because 3 an hour, you think about it. And are we talking jumbo dogs? We talking about ballpark Franks? Like, what size of Franks?
Nathan's.
Dude, I think
we can.
I think I would pay you to go after this.
Okay.
If you got it.
How much did Joey win?
No, that's not the point. Because he did 70 in 10 minutes. I watched the whole thing.
In 10 minutes. That's ridiculous.
$500 if you could eat.
Woo! Whoa.
If you could eat 70 in 24 hours.
Oh, dang. Yeah, but okay, hold on. Back it up because you say 3 an hour. That's across the clock.
But also you're going to be able to eat more than 3 an hour because I think if right now if you just put them in front of me, I could probably eat 5 uncomfortably. So obviously you're going to have to make up for the fact that you're going to sleep some.
Right. I have to sleep.
Can you just put this in the back of your mind?
Let me think about it for a little bit.
Because I can propose this on tomorrow's radio show too. We could stream the whole thing.
Let's think about it.
And I give you $500 if you could do 70 in 24 hours. I think that's a pretty good challenge.
Yeah.
And I think it's doable.
Yeah.
When I break it down 3.
I think it sounds a lot, not necessarily easier than it is, but
he did
like
it in
you
10
said,
minutes.
You gotta,
No, I know.
10 minutes is crazy.
Well, he's the GOAT, right? But
let me break it down more here.
Here, will you factor in 8 hours of sleep?
You've tried harder challenges, I think. Food challenges.
Really?
On the
You
radio
think?
show. Dude, there was some. What was the one? Oh, you ate the chicken or shrimp?
Oh yeah, popcorn shrimp.
That's
Did that
gross.
from Popeyes.
Yeah.
But see, Bones, can you calculate, like, take the sleep out? If I took the 8 hours off, because for sleep.
70 hot dogs in 24 hours is, get this, it's not even 3 hot dogs an hour. So it's 2.92 hot dogs per hour.
Well, it's 0.9. That's pretty much 3.
But once you eat 10, it takes 1 away.
Right.
So, so it does matter.
10 is a lot, though. I don't know if I can eat 10 in an hour.
Not an hour. I'm saying in general. So
Yeah.
when you eat your 10th one, it does take 1 away. So, okay. So you want to sleep for 8 hours?
I want to sleep for 8 hours, and I can even have hot dogs for breakfast, right? I'm going to have all that.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can eat all day.
So take the 8 hours away. How many would I have to eat an hour?
Okay. So if you're sleeping for this isn't bad. This isn't bad.
Come on.
If you're sleeping for 8 hours, 16 waking hours, so that's 70 hot dogs in 16 hours, it's 4.3 hot dogs per hour. With 8 hours sleep and rest, which means you're going to wake up hungry again.
4.3. That's so doable.
You will be living a slower and sadder Nathan's hot dog eating competition.
24 hour long. But then again, man, I feel like my stomach, like Joey, he trains for this. Like
Joey, like you know him.
Hey, J-Dog.
Hey, JC trains for this.
J-Dog trains for this. And so, like,
That's why I'm not making you do it in 10 minutes. He trains to do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's different.
You don't think you need training for 24 hours?
I think it'd be uncomfortable,
Big
but I
time.
don't think I think you could do it. If you can do it in 10 minutes with training, I think if you pushed yourself,
Which I love pushing myself.
you could do it and make $500.
That'd be great. I'll use $500.
So Joey Chestnut, champion of Nathan's hot dog eating competition, his triumphant return to 4th of July competition, 41 years old, 71. Here he is after winning his title from Bleacher Report. Go ahead. We have a clip there, Mikey?
What is that?
Oh, I just had a bunch of hot dogs. I'm full. All right, Joey.
Yeah, that was really good. Where's the bathroom? Gotta take it. We're so stupid.
Let me know when you have it. Yeah, man. Anybody have any Robitussin? I Do you take Robitussin for no what?
No, probably
heartburn.
not.
What's heartburn?
Like Pepto,
Pepto,
right?
yeah.
What would heartburn be?
Alka-Seltzer? No.
Imodium. I don't know. Regardless,
Yeah, who knows?
that's what's up.
Robitussin's like a cough medicine.
Hey man, I was just coming up with something. You
A lot
know,
of hot dogs.
I was on the fly. Here it is. Okay.
How do you feel? I was excited. I love being here, and man, I wish I ate a couple more. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, I'll be back next year.
So obviously, it wasn't last year, and the ratings suffered tremendously because the greatest ever wasn't able to play.
Yeah.
It'd be like if the Lakers were in the championship and LeBron couldn't play.
Well, that'd be
You're
crazy.
watching the Lakers without LeBron. Who wants to watch Austin Reeves for more than a quarter? So yeah, congrats to Joey Chestnut, and maybe congrats to Eddie.
Hey, let me think about it. This is definitely a possibility.
I think you could do it. I think you could do 6 or 7 at a time, and then have a couple hours where you just do like 2.
I just chill a little bit,
Yeah.
leisurely eat.
I mean,
too.
I think you could do 8 in an hour and take an hour off. All I'm doing is math. I think you do 16, 2 hours, and then take 2 hours off.
You're crazy.
Dude, I was listening to this song because I was doing some dance party research, which I do on Monday to kind of put all the songs in for the Friday morning dance party. And I was looking at this song. You'll know it, Eddie, because I've played it before. It's Pitbull Fireball. You know, there's a line. I was playing some of it. I laughed out loud. I didn't know this was the line of the song. The line is, because it goes, Fireball. Hold on. I saw, I came, I conquered. Or should I say, I saw, I conquered, I came.
Oh, Pitbull. You're crazy.
I don't think I
dog.
would have got that if I were like paying attention.
No.
The line is, I saw, I came, I conquered. Or should I say, I saw, I conquered, I came.
Hey, you know, in the writing room, they're like, bro,
You did it, PP! That's crazy.
That's funny, dude.
That line's crazy.
Where did you catch that? By listening or reading?
No, I was listening. I don't read the lyrics.
I know. Well, you know, you can listen. I mean, we listened to that song 500 times, but I'll never catch that.
Same. I never caught it. And I was here this morning, Fireball. Dun, 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 dun. And I just had, I was like, did he just say what I thought? And I looked it up, and that's what it was. And I wrote that down to make a note there. We were off last week. I did an episode by myself, and
You're like, I realized I can do this all by myself.
well,
You guys are fine.
Hey, guys.
And I realized it was good without you guys.
I literally just went home and turned the microphone on and talked. But I made a bunch of notes of stuff that we should talk about. So I'd first like to start by saying, and this is on camera. To all you Kentucky fans, you are the most sensitive group of fans. By the way, I put you at number 1 on the worst list for the exact reason that you're showing right now. You are so sensitive. Not a single other fan base, other than haha, yeah, that's pretty accurate, reached out to me upset, except for Kentucky fans. Not only that, Kentucky fans, you have like a little show, live show, and you show it on the big screen and get the reactions. You guys are so sensitive. That's why nobody likes you. You're so sensitive. Oh, boo-boo. Like, have a little fun. Yeah, that was that.
Dude, I really loved, and we have your coach now.
Yeah, that was great.
That little jab at the end was great.
Just again, all done in fun. Like, I know a lot of Kentucky basketball fans that are close friends of mine. But as a group, that fan base is really annoying. And what I said was they wouldn't be annoying if they didn't win. Like, the way
Correct.
fan bases get annoying is because they win a lot and then we pay attention to them and then they're over the top about how. So if you're not successful, you're not annoying. That's why nobody hates Arkansas. We don't win enough. Even if Kentucky loses from now on, they're annoying. Because I've had it. I'm out. Kentucky, never wearing blue again because of you. Just in general, I've eliminated the color from my palette.
They got pretty butthurt about it.
Yeah, big time butthurt. They got butthurt about it. Listen, you want to see Kentucky sports social media pop off? Put me on it. That's the only way it pops off, is when I'm on your social media. Because I went and looked at all their stuff, and it's like, that's fine. Put me on it. Boom, 1 million views.
Did they play something with you on it, or did they play that clip?
Yeah, Matt Jones did a whole thing like under a tent with and he was showing all their faces as I was doing it, and it was going like crazy. And at first I was like, nah, that's fun. Then people started like really getting upset about it. I was like, are they that sensitive? Like, you can't even take a joke. Like, Cowboys fans, Tennessee fans, everybody else on the list was like, yeah, you're pretty right. They're for a reason. You think that for a reason. Yeah, I get it. Not Kentucky fans. They freaking cried. They did GoFundMe to kill me.
With all their 6 teeth.
Yes. They GoFunded a hitman to try to kill me. Anyway, Kentucky fans, shut up. What else? I was watching a guy who was tracking WNBA players and what bets to make by tracking their periods.
Oh,
No way. No
She's
way.
entering her luteal
I laughed
phase.
out loud. I laughed out loud.
I mean, was he winning?
He was doing over under specific bets on
Right.
players when he could find out, and so he was using I think Lexi Hull, that plays for the Fever, and somehow she had posted a social media clip and she was talking about it, and he was like, so I went and chased the under, and he was like showing all the bet, and he's like, this is what we do now. We try to track when the WNBA players are having their periods, and we try to go bet unders on them.
That's next level, dude.
You gotta respect it.
That's
Next gen
Absolutely.
stats right there. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, there's nobody's cheating.
no.
No, I mean, and that happened over the break too. But let me go back to the hot dog eating competition for a second, because we watched it and it was on, and my wife sat down right as it was coming on, and they do these intros like they had like the guy with red hair is like the mercenary of death, and he's like, he's got the world record for most butter ever eaten. I don't even know what it was, but everyone's got like something they specialize in.
Yep.
And so he's like, when you go to the gates of hell, who eats butter? The mercenary. And so they're introducing them like wrestlers. And my wife's like, are they being serious? Like, are these introductions? Is this like a real sport? I said, no, they're absurd on purpose. Like, they're over the top. But these people, this is like their one time to be on television. And so they go up and they start, and it was never close. Like,
No.
Joey Chestnut just started eating, and they have the people behind them flip the numbers, and she's just flipping 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but the second place person was like 30 behind him.
Wow.
Crushed it.
It was like if I were to play third grade basketball with a bunch of third graders, what is that, 9 years old? If I'm playing basketball in a league with 9-year-old or one-on-one competition with 9-year-olds,
Oh, you dominate.
I would dominate. That's what
and we should plan. We should make that happen.
We
That would
should.
be great. That would be great.
Yeah, second place was 46.5.
Crazy.
Wow.
When I saw the over-under, I didn't bet on it. It was 70.
Oh, so you would have.
I wouldn't have bet. I didn't bet. So if you bet the over, you'd have won. But Kevin got a bad line.
Dude. 70.5.
That's what you bet? Because he
No,
hit
I-
70
that was
and a
the
half.
final.
70,
Yeah.
sorry, 71.5. 71.5.
Oh.
And
The line moved on you.
And I bet the over.
When did you bet that?
Because I said by
s-
one.
Did you
hot
bet it right
dog.
before
Like
the-
an hour before, maybe?
His
One hot
record's,
dog.
his record's 76, I think. I'm going from memory now, back into the recesses of my hot dog eating sports memories.
The storied history.
I thought for sure he was going to get it at the beginning, halfway through. He had like 50 something.
How much you bet?
Crazy.
It was 33 to 120.
You bet $33.
Yeah.
On hot dog?
That's all.
On hot dog. My buddy had
Hey, it was a
150
slow
on
weekend,
it.
okay? Yeah.
There's no sports.
Speaking
There's
of betting, we have two stories we can do. One, the Luis Ortiz story, the pitcher.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. The 2 pitches.
Dude. So I'm going to give you a brief description based on what I've learned is that there was irregular betting that the first pitch in whatever inning coming up would be a ball. And he was pitching both of those games, and both of them were not only balls, he like hopped them. It was like somebody throwing a bad first pitch.
Yeah. I think one of the bets was hit the batter.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's what I read.
Because both pitches were outside. They hopped way outside.
Okay. And well, I think those two are like worth a lot more. Like the odds are.
Will you look it up? Because I never saw a hit the batter thing. I
didn't see that either.
I saw both of them were ball. The first inning, or excuse me, the next inning, the first pitch would be a ball. And both pitches were exactly the same, where he hopped them way outside on a right-handed batter. So it wasn't even close. There was another one where they think there was speculation that he bet that he'd walked the guy, but the guy swung on like a low and outside pitch and struck out.
Oh.
And you see the Luis Ortiz go, F. And people at the time just thought he was like pumped, but I think he missed his bet.
He missed the bet that somebody
His
placed
parlay
for.
didn't hit.
Yeah. So he is not. He's suspended right now,
Yes. Still under investigation.
but
Under investigation.
but not in trouble suspension.
I think what I read
And
was
they're paying him.
yes. Correct. While the investigation still goes on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin, let me know when you find the exact.
Okay. Yeah, it does say non-disciplinary paid leave.
Thank you. Non-disciplinary that or not in trouble. As I said.
We got all the words around
Again,
that.
I'm going into the recesses here. Going into the recesses.
That's still crazy though.
The other one is the Malik Beasley.
Oh, that one's bad.
He's about to make $40 million.
Yeah.
And he's done. He's gonna be a free agent for betting probably thousands of dollars.
Right. Trivial for him.
So stupid. Anytime that there's a bunch of money that comes in on any of these prop bets, like if there's a crazy amount that comes in, and I think he even missed some of them. Because again, some of the stuff I was reading, it was people speculating, but the speculators have a little more credence to what they're saying because they've been involved in betting or betting scandals, or they have been in positions to prosecute. And they're like, dude, he missed some of them. Like he bet them and didn't hit. One of them shows him like running. They were up. I'm just going to make up the scenario, but they were up like 5 points. So the game was over. And so he gets and runs out and dunks real quick because the line was 6.5.
It was like 0.8 seconds
Yeah.
left, so he's like gunning it.
You see
for the
that?
hoop. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I might be a little wrong on the numbers, but that was the whole point at the very end. He like runs and they're like, this is an example.
You think he was missing some of those bets just to kind of make it seem like
No.
Maybe.
I think he was in financial trouble too. I'd read that he was having some. But again, how much? He was making millions of dollars anyway, and he's about to make $40 million more. What do you have?
Yeah, so there were a lot of bets based on the batter getting hit, by the way, Eddie. That's probably what you saw. But the two pitches, one bounced in the dirt and one was way outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy, man. I mean,
legal gambling.
I've hit like, because I like some of those, especially during football. Like if the next play is going to be a run, next play is going to be a pass, or how that drive's going to result in. Sometimes, dude, I'll hit like 6 in a row, and I'm thinking, are they going to flag me?
Okay.
but then I think I only put like $2 on it. So
I don't think they're flagging the $2 bet. Remember the college baseball when the guy went in and they were like, "This is highly irregular that someone comes in and bets on this game." The guy went to the casino and
It was a coach,
was
right?
like texting with the coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just feel like, that's so easy, especially if you're in the game. Like a pitch, it's so easy, and those are.
But you're just not going to make any money off of that, because if you do bet a lot of money, it is going to get flagged.
I know.
Even if you win or lose.
So if you just bet like $10 a pitch, but you nail them all, like you can make
I don't think
$500 at the end of the
I
game.
don't think they're going to care about $500.
That's what I'm saying. Pitchers, you're doing it all wrong.
So you want them to tip you, risk their whole career for $10 a pitch.
Eddie's like, reach out to me, guys. I got you.
I'm only doing $5 bets over here, guys.
Speaking of basketball, I have not cashed in my bet. I was going to wait for you guys to tell me what expensive restaurant to go to.
Dude,
Oh.
I found some stuff.
Please. Okay, so
Yes.
the Thunder won, so I won an expensive dinner. My wife and I are to be taken to dinner by Dr. Josie and her husband, and we said before the series, it's got to be expensive. So there are no rules. I told Josie I was going to wait until I talked to you guys so you could lead me in a direction of an expensive dinner. Kevin, I want to come to you first.
Okay, should we say the actual restaurant
Yeah, that's
itself?
fine.
Or it's okay.
Yeah.
So there's a spot in downtown Franklin called Cork and Cow.
Okay.
If you've been there or not, I went, and I'm not kidding. It was the best steak I've ever gotten, and it is so expensive for my birthday. So it's a special occasion that it doesn't even have a price on the menu.
So
it's a
per
market
ounce?
price.
Per ounce?
Great.
Yeah, market price.
Per ounce.
What is that?
per ounce.
Oh, per ounce. I think they said pronounced.
Like the 76er.
Yeah, that's called a
76
prounce.
ounces.
Yeah. And it's huge. It's way too much food, but it is so good. There's no price on it, meaning it is so expensive they don't even want to show you.
How much was it?
It was like $250, $225
For the steak?
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah.
Got it.
Comes with like a bunch of potatoes too. I mean, it's enough for 2 people.
Oh, it's potatoes.
But you get the potatoes.
Potatoes market price?
Potatoes come
Per
for
ounce?
free.
Yeah, per ounce.
Yeah.
yeah, free.
Got it. So you're saying Cork and Cow.
Cork and Cow.
And get the steak
Get the
that is
steak.
market.
Tomahawk.
Yeah, big time.
But what if the market's low that day?
I know exactly.
I mean-
Like, what if it's Tesla stock? Not doing very great right now.
Right.
Eddie?
Okay, so I have 2 options for you, and I know one place for sure you've been because we went for your birthday one time and we didn't order this because the price on this steak is crazy. It's bourbon steak, right? We went there.
We've gone there, yeah.
Okay, bourbon steak. So I don't know if you want to go to that place, back to that place again, but there is a Wagyu tasting trio.
Oh, I love Wagyu. It's my favorite.
Okay, tasting trio means you can get a New York strip, a ribeye, and another Hokkaido New York
I
strip.
love a Hokkaido.
And the grand total price
For just the steaks.
for just these 3 steaks is $650.
Let's go. I need to send Josie a message.
$650.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Do you want to go a little cheaper?
Nope.
Okay.
Sure don't. Hold on.
right.
Hey, so on my sports show right now, we're talking about expensive places that you will take us because of the bet that you lost. And Eddie just told me about a Wagyu trio at Bourbon Steak. And what are the 3 kinds?
Oh yeah, it's a Kagoshami New York
Congo
strip,
Shami, which I love the Congo Shami.
and there's a Mitsubishi ribeye.
No, that's a car. Mitsubishi is a car.
It's a
ribeye.
Mitsubishi,
Yeah.
Mitsubishi ribeye, and a snow beef New York strip from Hokkaido.
A street?
Streep.
Okay. So, and that trio of steaks costs how much?
$650.
$650. So, yeah, we're dialing in over here. Anyway, just thought I'd send you a message. Hope everything's going good.
And
That's the one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he wants potatoes on that too.
Do they have caviar?
Yeah, don't forget the potatoes.
Do they have caviar there?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Keep talking.
Yeah, that'll add up.
Yeah.
I wish
whatever
you
you-
drank. Then it'd be.
You
I
can
know.
order whatever you want. I wish you drank.
I know. I started drinking just for this. My first ever drinking is just to punish her
Best
for
whiskey
that.
ever.
All right. Did you guys come up with any food? I didn't put it on you guys. Brandon, did you come up with anything?
That beats anything I
Okay.
was gonna find.
Yeah,
All right,
same.
all right. Okay, boom. That sounds like the
So
one.
glad we talked about that.
Let me tell Caitlin too.
Yeah, that sounds great.
They do have caviar, by the way.
They do. Hello, hey. We're in the middle of whistles right now, and I had the guys all pitch really expensive meals, and they pitched Bourbon Steak, and Eddie said there's a Wagyu trio that's about $600.
You want me to tell you all the steaks?
She won't care.
Okay.
Yeah, she.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, one of the steaks apparently is made by Mitsubishi.
Correct.
But I'm really leaning toward that, unless you have a different plan. I really want to stick it to them, you know. All right, bye.
Their caviar trio is $520.
Oh, get both, dude.
Hold on, I got another one. And the caviar trio is $500+. Now I like those little pancake patties too. You know those little pancake patties that come with it? Yeah. Okay. Oh man,
Delicious.
you're gonna have to fix a bunch of animals to make this kind of money back. Let's go.
Let's sell some dogs or something.
Yeah.
Dude, your bet said literally whatever I want from a restaurant. That's crazy.
Best bet ever.
Yeah, I can read. Should I go back to the verbiage of the bet?
Yes.
Okay. Because the bet was an expensive meal. And then I said, I'm going to order some Wagyu from Japan. And then her response was, you're going to take us to Japan to eat Wagyu.
Ooh, that's legit.
That'd have been fun. That's a funny comeback. Let's see.
And she knows you well enough to know that, like,
Yeah, she's like
you're gonna go all out.
she's like a close friend. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. So this is where it comes from. She said, in all seriousness, who are the favorites? And I said, it's Heavy Thunder. Before we even made the bet, Heavy Thunder. She's like, good. And I said, do you want to bet an expensive dinner on the series? And Josie said, really? And then I said, really expensive? She goes, 1, 2, 3. And 7 zeros, yes. So
yeah, that's
10
she's
million, yes.
committed.
Oh, well, then there you go.
Yeah.
And then I say done, and I send a thumbs up of SGA. And then she sends back one of Halliburton doing finger guns. And then she says, I think I'm going to have my Wagyu flown in from Japan for our dinner. And then that was it.
I think this one did come from Japan. No doubt.
I think it's still in Japan
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
it is.
They get it in just in time. All right, Mike, let's take a break.
All right.
Okay, so I think I can say it now. They've not told me I can, but I will. But on Sunday, I'm playing in Home Run Derby X, All-Star Weekend in Atlanta, and that's Sunday night. And so I don't know who my Major League Baseball partner is. I don't know who my softball partner is. So this is what this is. It's a new, actually, they tore this thing, which is crazy. So they tried to make it like an event. And so it's a former ball player, it's a celebrity, and it's a softball player, and that's a team of 3. And they play another team of 3 of the same.
And who
Okay.
picks these teams?
I don't
Just
know. Not me.
Okay.
I don't know. And so they invited me to come play and be a celebrity. And so you get points for every home run you hit. Now, because they know there's only one baseball player and then a softball player who can obviously hit because they're either professional or collegiate. And they're using metal bats. Softball players are, but I'm not. But the celebrity doesn't have to be a big home run hitter. But they move the home plate to either like the pitcher's mound
Mm-hmm.
or like in between pitcher and second base. It's still
It's far.
it's still
far.
you still have to hit it pretty good, but they're also targets, and the field is not all of right and left field. It's very much 60% of the middle,
okay.
and you're up on a stage, so people can see you a little bit more.
that's
So there
cool.
are some hitting
Yeah.
advantages to just being home plate 400 feet out center field, because I ain't hitting any of those out. So I'm gonna go and do that, and I hit with a wood bat. Went to the Nashville Sounds. They were kind enough to let me come, not only get in the cage and hit with the players, because I just got in the rounds and hit with and I got on the field and took fielding practice with
Like
them.
on game day?
Yeah, like they were doing their pregame. I was just working out with them during pregame.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, Brandon went with me, and so we went, and the manager, who you thought was No Teeth Keith, was
Got a
like,
handlebar mustache, man. Like,
he was like, just get in. I was like, get in what? He goes, just get in the rotation. So that's what I did. I went and played first and got in the rotation, and they were hitting grounders both sides. And so then he was like, you're in group 3 for batting. So I got group 3. You take 5 or 6 and you rotate out. And there's like 4 guys that do that. So I did that. Did okay. I hit a couple of them pretty good. It gives me a little more confidence though, just to get in there and take some swings, because I haven't hit a baseball
yeah, you've been playing
in
softball
forever.
but yeah.
And I hadn't hit a softball in 10 years until last year. I hadn't hit a baseball.
Yeah.
Like a fast pitch baseball too. A softball, that's slow pitch softball. Like a fast pitch baseball in 25 years. So I'm gonna go and do that Sunday. Hopefully I hit some out.
And then a wooden bat. I mean,
And a wooden
that's
bat,
a whole
too.
different thing.
Yeah.
And and that was to me what was a bit concerning, because
Yeah.
with a metal bat I probably hitting them out, but a wooden bat no chance.
Yeah.
But
Torpedo?
no, sadly.
Yeah, shut up.
You know who hooked it up though was Brian Anderson, the Brewers play-by-play guy, who NCAA basketball. He's come on the show before. That's how I met him, was him being a guest on the show. But he also does the Brewers home games, and he does the NCAA tournament. And he messaged me like a week and a half ago. He said, "Do you know Riley Green?" I said, "I do know Riley Green." And he's like, "He's doing batting practice up here. I was gonna go say hi. I didn't know if he's a nice guy." I said, "Yeah, he's a really nice guy. I'll message him and tell him to look out for you." So I text Riley, and I was like, "Hey,
The baseball player?
no, the singer.
Oh, the singer. Got it.
I don't know Riley Green, the baseball player. He plays for the Tigers."
Right. I didn't know why he was there, but okay.
Yeah. So Riley was up there doing Summerfest in Wisconsin, a festival. So he went up and he took batting practice with the Brewers. And so I told Riley, and so Riley went and met him, and he was like, "What's happening with you?" I said, "I'm going to go to the All-Star game. Are you going to be down there?" He goes, "No, but my broadcast partner, Jeff Varencourt, is. He's going to be playing."
They play for the Royals.
Yeah, as one of the guys. And he was like, "Are you taking any swings? You should come up to the Brewers and take batting practice." And I'm like, "Well, if it was like a mile away, I would, but I'm not going to be able to get up there in a week." And he said, "Our AAA team is in Nashville." So I honestly got hooked up through somebody in Milwaukee for the team right down the road.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so he called them and was like, "Hey, my friend's coming down." And so they were rolled out the red
That's
carpet.
awesome.
Nice.
I actually saw him in Riley Green's like Instagram video. He did on the visit on the BP that he took with the Brewers, and he was Brian Anderson was in there.
Really?
Yeah, he was in the video.
Yeah. It's so super nice of him to set that up. And I'm going to go in Sunday evening, do Home Run Derby X. And
That's awesome.
I think there are 4 teams.
Who's on your team? Do we not allowed to say?
I don't know.
Oh,
Are they going to be like Atlanta people?
I
Or-
think it's like Atlanta versus the Nationals or something, because I know
Yeah.
Ryan Klesko is one of the guys that'll be
Okay.
down there. I saw some of them, but I don't know who's on my team.
huh.
Gotcha.
So the softball player, I don't know who the other I know who one of the other celebrities is, but I'm not going to say here because I don't know if they've fully committed, and
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to say for me. But yeah, I took some reps. I put it on Instagram, and then you get the guy who's like, "Hey man, don't put your pinkies together when you're like, dude, shut up."
All right.
Like
You choke up on the
Dude,
bat.
I'm in my 40s. I'm in my 40s. Shut up. Like I don't need your
pinkies together.
I don't need your ground ball tips on me how to catch a ground ball. And secondly, I'm probably better than you, even with you. We did this with the pickleball
I was
guy.
going to say, is this another pickleball guy?
Where the guy's
Sounds like
like,
it.
"I'll
Is this
beat
what we're
you."
doing?
Okay, we're coming up.
All right.
What do you want to do?
I'll
How about-
DM him.
How about this date? Okay, I'm in. Oh,
Crickets.
no, sorry, my kids are sick. Okay, we'll move to a different date. No, never mind. I don't know why I let that crap bother me so much.
Yeah. Are you using any of those batter things where you like? It's like you hold on to it differently.
No.
I see Otani using that. You should probably look into that.
You know what's funny? Went to the batting cages. Before this, I went up to the cages one day, and
Where the cage is at?
over near Morgan's house.
Helps me none. I don't know where Morgan lives, dude.
The only reason I know is I tried to go
Over
shoot her.
yonder.
I tried to go shoot her with a water gun.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. Okay.
And so I
like
went.
thinking,
I went over there, and I went with Brett Eldridge, and because he'll do whatever. We're just like, let's go hit some balls. And so we went over, and like a bus full of like 30 11-year-olds showed up 5 minutes before us.
The whole team.
Like from Florida. They were traveling through.
Yeah.
And so they like took up all the cages. So the only thing open was one of the cages that didn't have a machine where somebody had to human throw to you.
Yeah.
So Brett and I are behind the screen throwing at each other, hitting, like,
Throwing balls.
Yeah, like having to dodge each other.
No strikes.
So
That's funny.
we got some rips in, but again, it was us throwing to each other
Mhm.
more so than a machine. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. Try to win that hopefully on Sunday. Hopefully get hit a few out. But you also get points in this because there are 3 people. You get points by hitting home runs, but if you catch balls in the air, they don't hit out. That's a point for the other team.
Oh,
So you'll be
okay.
fielding too?
Yeah.
Oh.
nice. All right.
You're going to be like pushing people for fly balls?
Well, there's only 3 of us on the field.
Oh, okay. It's not every. I thought it was like all the other teams, and whoever gets the pop fly gets the point.
I think it's like
That's funny.
That would be cool.
1v1.
Okay.
And if there are 4 teams, then they play 1v1 and the 2 winners
Then you
play.
do a
Gotcha.
If that's what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
That makes
All
the
right.
most sense.
And last year when I did the celebrity softball game, they streamed it, but they didn't put it on television until like a week later when they could edit it. Then they put the whole thing on MLB TV.
Mm-hmm. It was just basically your highlight reel.
Yeah,
Which
the whole
was
game was
basically
your
my
highlight.
highlight. Yeah. I saw a cowboy got arrested,
Yeah, Turpin.
and I saw Dak went and bailed him out.
I didn't see that part.
Unless that was like,
Is that real?
No, dude, that can't be real. That can't
I
be
hope
real.
That
it's
would be
real.
incredible.
But I mean, hey, quarterback bailing a receiver out?
I don't know. You should look that up. Okay, so I'll read you the story. Kevin, will you fact check that for us?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dallas Cowboys All-Pro kick returner Kamante Turpin was
And
arrested.
receiver.
But really, just
He was
kick-
like, he was like our number 3
I
last year.
know, but really, just kick returner.
Yeah.
He was arrested Saturday and is facing 2 misdemeanor charges
He had a little bit of weed, man.
and a gun.
And a gun. Yeah.
Turpin, 28, was
Come on.
booked into the Collin County Jail on charges of possession of marijuana, less than 2 ounces, and unlawfully carrying of a weapon. He was released from custody Sunday after posting a $1,500 bond. He plays wide receiver, signed a 3-year, $18 million extension with the Cowboys in March from ESPN. What do you say?
There are reports saying that Dak Prescott left Mass on Sunday to go bail him out.
left mass on Sunday.
Hey,
Even
best,
better.
dude.
You guys thought I was full of crap.
We did. Like, come on, that's a joke.
Contacted his reps, who then reached out to the clerk's office, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there are reports saying that he did do
Dude,
it.
Dak goes to the precinct.
on,
Like,
dude.
hey, come on, get my guy out of here. Here's your $1,500.
Like you said, he did a little bit of weed.
That's a little bit weird, man.
And he killed a guy.
And a gun.
Yeah. so
That's
how about
hilarious.
that?
Cowboys.
So good for Dak, and you
Yeah.
hope Turpin, if it's just for a little bit of weed.
This is a little bit weird, man.
and I didn't know what's up with that gun,
Off-season.
but it didn't sound like anybody was
Nice.
hurt.
He just didn't have a license for the gun.
Yeah, if it's like domestic violence, something that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
But if it's like a little bit of weed,
A little bit weird. Less than 2
A
ounces.
little bit weird.
and the gun, who knows? You know?
Who knows?
All right, Kevin, anything?
No, I'm just, I mean, obviously I was betting on hot dog eating, so I'm ready for football, man. I'm ready for sports to get
It's
back into
coming.
the swing
it's,
of things.
It's a dead time.
It's a
man.
really dull
It's
time
so
right now,
good.
and it's good for me, you know, being the with the twins and whatnot, because I have a lot of time to focus on them. But I'm ready for football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
The kids know what's up too, because I was watching soccer last night. Like,
We lost. We scored
We did.
quickly. We scored so quick. I don't know anything about soccer, so
We play Mexico, right?
yes,
Yeah.
I'm not an expert. It was the finals of the Gold Cup. I follow along just enough to know. In case somebody asks me about it, I can be like, yeah, I know a little. And so we scored quick,
Yeah.
like out of the gate, 1-0. We ended up losing 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico beat us. And that was kind of like our World Cup, beating Mexico.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, that's all I know. I turned it off after we scored the goal. I was like, I got to see a goal.
yeah. They almost scored at the end there. They had a
We
couple of
did?
good chances.
I
U.S.
didn't-
almost
I
did to
didn't see
tie
it.
it, but
see
they
it.
didn't.
How much do you care about soccer? I feel like
Zero.
like, you should a little
Zero.
bit. Like your native land.
You know, my kids say yesterday is like they walk up, like my oldest, he's 17, he's like looks at it, he's like, oh, Dad, U.S. Mexico, is this tough for you? I'm like, what are you talking about?
hey,
That's pretty funny.
Stupid.
You see a celebrity in the wild?
I did, man, at Disney. I was at Disney, and it was one of those things where like I saw them and I go, oh, they look familiar. Don't know where I know them from, but familiar for sure. And I'm thinking maybe high school, maybe college. It was like one of those things because it wasn't like, oh yeah, that's Tony Romo. It wasn't like that. And then finally it clicked. I knew who she was. It was Jamie Yeardall.
Oh,
Yeah.
from
NFL Network.
Good Morning Football.
NFL Network. Did you do something with her? Like
She
an
came-
interview or something?
Yes. So, yeah, from right here.
I
Yeah,
think
you,
because I
you went
remember
on and
seeing
did the
her on the
interview.
Zoom.
Yes, she interviewed me on the Zoom.
So it's not so old. You were on the Zoom.
you were on the
Jamie Erdahl.
Zooms?
What the heck?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah. I went on that show as a guest. I think probably because Castle and I's podcast was starting. We worked for NFL,
Yeah.
and so she had me on. And that's when I were like, I hate the Titans. Remember that?
The colors.
Yeah,
The colors are
losing
slow.
colors.
The Titans suck.
yeah.
But that's what it was. She's super nice.
Well, I didn't talk to her, but it was weird, and it's weird too because I'm always like, oh man, I want to say hi because like I noticed her, and then I'm
That's
gonna.
a weird thing to say, though. Never say it like that.
Well, I saw her,
noticed you.
and then I'm talking about her, seeing her in the wild on a podcast, and I didn't say hi. It's just weird. So I was like, I should go say something, but then I was like, what do I say to her? Like, do you know my friend Bobby? You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna say?
Yeah.
And I have a Cowboys hat on,
Probably
so she
better
probably
you
like,
didn't.
that's a
Yeah.
fan.
Probably better you did.
You can just send her this clip.
If like you had met her, or you literally could have. All those ways are weird. You can't say I noticed you or anything like that.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I saw you from a distance.
But if you were to go up and just see her and just say, "Hey, I watch you on NFL Network. I think you do an awesome job." Like that's fine.
And that's it.
But if you're like, "Hey, I noticed you," or "Hey, do you know my friend Bobby?" Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be more of an in than like, yeah, I watch your show. Cool, good job. More of an in would be
But
like,
you don't need to end. What do you need the end for? is my
maybe she wants to
question.
be like, oh, cool. Like, oh, yeah, you're on the show. That's cool. Like,
But then what's the end?
I don't know. And then we don't know from there. What do
You
we
just
do?
want to be on Good Morning Football, don't you?
They've,
tag her in the
they've asked
scope.
me to guest host that a couple times.
You should.
The problem is it's way early in the morning.
Are they in West
They're
Coast?
in New York.
They're
Oh no,
they're
they're in
in
LA.
They're in
now.
LA.
Yeah.
Like
She was in LA.
one of them's in New York, but the rest are in LA. Maybe two of them in New York, but it's based in LA now. But they go on at like 4 a.m.
yeah,
Yeah.
like West Coast time.
West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Which-
crazy.
Feels brutal. And then I have our show to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, they've been super cool and asked me to come and guest host the thing, and I'm like, I have a job, or I would. According to a new study, diehard sports fans aren't just emotionally invested in the action; they're neurologically wired for the game. Researchers found that the brains of superfans light up in unique ways, especially during subtle strategic moments that casual viewers might miss. Even when nothing major is happening, their brains are buzzing with activity in regions tied to personal relevance and evaluations. It seems big-time sports fans are locked into games in deep and unique ways. I just feel like that means we're losers.
Yeah. In unique
That's what you got
ways.
out of it.
Yeah, they used a bunch of fancy
Yeah.
words to say you guys need a life. That's
But they
basically-
mean like when you watch the Razorbacks or like watch any sports?
I would hate to put my brain under, and I have to go to this brain thing today where they stick those things to your head.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'd hate to put me under one of those during the Razorback game. You would just see like a sad face on the brain.
On the monitor?
Yeah,
It's
you
like
see,
sad.
emoji.
The brain has a frown. Yeah,
whole brain.
that's how I feel during football season. I
Yeah.
frown the whole time.
Right around the corner.
Yes, that's it. What's coming up sports wise though? It's like
The Open. If you're interested in golf, the British Open.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like tennis, like U.S. Open.
Oh,
or something.
Wimbledon. Wimbledon's kind of cool. We'll watch a little bit of
I
that.
watched a little bit too. I don't care. I saw Roddick was there.
Was he?
Yeah, and they're like Roddick, who never comes and rarely in public, and him and Brooklyn were there. Yeah,
Rarely shows his face in
yeah.
public.
He doesn't do. He has a tennis podcast now, but he just was like not into tennis forever because that's all he did. So he was almost anti-tennis.
I saw clips of him interviewing Agassi in his podcast. Cool.
Yeah, and that was his hero. So, and they're good friends now, though.
What movie was he in? Was he in a movie?
Roddick? He was
I
in.
feel like I saw a movie recently.
Not
No,
50 First Dates.
but
what
it's
is
an
it?
Adam Sandler movie with Brooklyn.
Oh,
and Brooklyn's
just go
the
with
main.
it.
Yeah, just go with it. I
Yes,
think.
that's what I watched. And I was like, wait, that's Andy Roddick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
little cameo there.
Yeah.
The Open. I only like the Open. I only watch the Open with extra attention if the weather's really bad. Otherwise, I mostly just watch on Sunday. I like it when the weather is really bad and it's just effing with all players.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like when the U.S. Open happened, and the rough was so rough. People were. It ended up.
Oakmont.
Yeah, who could get
Oakmont, right.
minus anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I like it when the Open is like that.
What I like about the Open is that you could wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and golf is on. That's cool to me.
I like it better when the NFL's playing in Europe because I will wake
Yeah,
up
yeah,
at
yeah.
9. I just am not going to wake up at 3.
Yeah,
though.
that's aggressive. 3 in the morning to watch golf?
Yeah. I mean, we wake up
Do you
early.
mean 3 in the morning to check your bets?
Yeah, just to see where
Are you
everyone's
saying
at.
that wrong?
It's kind of cool. Even at like 8 a.m., there's a tournament going on. Like sometimes the first group's already finished by 8 a.m. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. I think that's it for us. Eddie, anything else from you?
Oh man, I think that's it. Glad to be back, dude. Glad to be doing the podcast with you.
I kind of found an easier way to do it, if I'm being honest.
Uh-oh. By yourself.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
flip on the mic.
Turn the mics on and just do your thing.
Yeah, just let it rip, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Brandon, anything?
That's it, man.
All right. Casey, anything?
Hit me.
No, just I was watching the Subway Series this weekend.
How'd you guys do?
Yankees. We lost 2 out of 3. It's not looking good. We're in free fall, but we're playing Bobby's Cubs this weekend.
Those
So
Cubs are good.
Maybe we can
Yeah, the
rebound.
Cubs are good. You're not playing this weekend.
This upcoming weekend, I think you guys are in Yankee Stadium
This weekend coming up.
because I think we play the Mariners. The Mariners come to town, and then
This weekend I'm in Atlanta for All-Star Weekend.
True that. So
So I don't
I
think-
guess I'll let you know how it goes.
Like I'm watching
it's
a rerun
All-Star
from
weekend.
93.
No, my point is I don't think there.
There's no baseball.
I think there is on
Yeah.
the weekend leading because the game's on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
So I think they'll play the games
Yep.
on the weekend. Then everybody gets off the week. And come
Right.
Back the weekend.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So then you're playing the Yankees
I'm playing the Yankees.
Yeah.
on the
playing the
weekend and
Yankees.
then the
Just
All-Star. Got it.
myself.
Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
All right. That's it. Thank you all. We will see you guys later on this week. I feel like that's all we got. There's nothing else happening.
No, man, it's nothing.
Like I'd love to sit here and do an hour and a half. We got 45 minutes into this thing, and I'm like, I think we're tapped out.
Yeah.
We'll talk tomorrow, or the next day, about your $500 eating challenge.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Dude, I think you should do it.
I
you
think
should
it's
do it.
possible.
Don't go asking
I've
your
been-
wife.
No, I'm not, but
No, don't go asking your wife though, because she's gonna tell you not to do it.
I'm just saying for the last like 3 weeks, I've been trying to eat healthy, and this will blow all that.
But this is all
All the progress
Right.
will be
No,
gone.
that's not true.
We
What
can
do you
ask
mean?
Clues.
You're telling me 70 hot dogs won't blow the progress?
It's all in one day though. It's not like a period of time of a month where you're putting all this into your body consistently.
Yeah.
You'll get rid of this.
Yeah, you can recover. in
Wait,
2 or 3
how
days.
do you know? Like you don't know what you're talking about. You have
Joey
no
Chestnut
idea.
says it takes him
Dude,
3 days.
Yeah, dude. It'll all come out at once.
According to
good
my
flush,
sources.
You're talking like a doctor, like you know what you're talking about.
21,000 calories.
Oh my god.
I see, dude.
Then
All
you-
that 3 weeks.
It's
of
also
work.
$500.
I know that's awesome.
That's awesome. All right, we're done. Thank you guys. We'll see you later on this week. Blow it, Eddie. Bye, everybody.